Hello, and welcome on back to USC 2021. Last day of the semifinals weekend here on a rainy and cold Sunday afternoon. But inside, it is warm and dry, making it a perfect environment to watch our last two matches. We're going to be starting off with the second of the two winners bracket semifinals, Florida versus South California. And we followed up by the last match of the week in the losers bracket, Ohio versus New York. We just saw an incredible tiebreaker match between Virginia and Massachusetts in the first of the two winners bracket semifinals, where SoCal went to a tiebreaker last week against Ohio in their winners bracket quarterfinal. So we're hoping for some more fireworks here this evening as they match up against a team from Florida that has really not been challenged. It's kind of a similar story in the lower half of the winners bracket as it was in the upper half, where you had a Virginia team coming into their semifinal, had not really faced true opposition yet against a Massachusetts team that was off of a tiebreaker win against North California. Same sort of thing happening here. Florida, who have not been challenged yet in this tournament, SoCal off the tiebreaker win against Ohio. So some parallels there, and hoping for some parallels in the quality of this match as well. We know the what-ifs are going to be there for Massachusetts after dropping that tiebreaker without tie-by present for the match at all. Hopefully no such concerns for this match. Hopefully everybody able to put forth their best performance in this matchup. So Florida on the left-hand side today. Exarch, Digital Hypno, Cappy, Fleslin, Skill, Almighty Door, the tournament's number 2 seed coming in, and have played like it. They are such a strong team year after year. SoCal on the right, defending champions, the number 3 seed, Matthew the captain with Utami, Yurcute, Headstack, Jazaron, and Spev. Really a tale of two very different teams here. SoCal, they feel like they kind of live and die this year by Utami. He and to somewhat of an extent Headstack last week were really the catalyst for what ended up happening in that match, able to win that one largely because of the performance from those guys. Meanwhile, a Florida team that I think kind of disperses their carry a little bit more. Sometimes you will see Digital Hypno coming out and playing incredible. Sometimes you'll see Exarch coming out playing incredible. Sometimes you'll see Cappy or Skill, depending on the map, depending on the skill set, depending on what's called for at that moment in time. They have many different players who are going to show up and really try to prove that they deserve to be on top just as much as anybody else. Of course, SoCal, as I said, defending champions with a very different roster. Last year, everybody knows they had Vaxe, they had Idke, they were a team that was unstoppable. I think the outcome of the tournament was basically a foregone conclusion from the moment they signed up and had that roster revealed. Vaxe, the best performance we've ever seen from a single player in USC, I think pretty safe to say, over the course of that event. Idke likewise put forth some ridiculous plays. And, for good measure, they had Monko on their team, because why not just have Monko too? To make it even more unfair for everybody else. But this year things are a little different, and I think from what we've already seen over the past couple of weeks, these teams at the top are very closely matched. You saw, as I said, SoCal sent to a tiebreaker against Ohio. You had Virginia taken to a tiebreaker by Massachusetts, who themselves had gone to a tiebreaker in the previous week against NorCal. These top 4 to 6 teams are very closely matched and will be putting on some ridiculous displays, I think, in these late round matches. Obviously we get Florida SoCal here. Next week, we are going to see Virginia against the winner of this match. We're going to see North California against the loser of this match. We're going to see Massachusetts against the winner of Ohio, New York. It's just some ridiculously strong competition. So it should be great. I am very hopeful for this match with what we know of Florida, with what we know of SoCal, that both these teams are going to play very well. And, hopefully we get another great match. It took us 3 weeks to get a single tiebreaker. Excuse me. rounds of 32 and 16 had 0 tiebreakers. Then we had 2 last week in the quarterfinals week. We had 1 just a bit ago in our first semifinal. So we are hoping for, maybe another one here. I think the late match after this one, Ohio versus New York, is pretty heavily favored to Ohio, so I don't know how competitive to predict that matchup to be. But this one is definitely going to be a battle, a dogfight, I think, between these two teams. And that's what you kind of hope for, I think, once you get down to these semifinals. These are the top 4 teams in the winner's bracket, and they are, so far today, performing in that first match just like it. Absolutely showing that they deserve to be there. As we're going to go into the second warm-up. A little bit of VTubers so that we can get the VOD muted, but I guess it has DT on. Maybe that's not as bad. Yeah, we might get the... What's the word I'm looking for? The El Clasico, right? The El Clasico. That'd be the Clasico. But yeah, we would get an El Clasico matchup with SoCal versus NorCal if SoCal loses this. So we haven't had one of those in a while, I don't think. I'm trying to remember. Last year they did not play each other. I know that. 2019 was Texas, NorCal, and Florida? Or Texas, NorCal, and Ohio top 3. So I don't think we've had that matchup. Wait, when did we have it in 2000? I would have to look back over 2019. Let me see. Now I've got myself thinking, because I don't actually remember. 2019, I don't think it happened. Because I roughed a lot of stuff in those late rounds, and SoCal, I think, lost... Yeah, SoCal lost in loser's bracket to Illinois. I have something wrong on my sheet here, I think, so it's hard to tell. I think won that match against Illinois. I don't know. No, it's 2018 where they had the match against Illinois. Well... Yeah, if the last time that it could have happened would have been 2018. The last time we had El Clasico, SoCal versus NorCal. So, no rooting interest on my side here because I just want to see a good match. But it would kind of be cool to see SoCal lose this, if only because it would mean that we'd get SoCal versus NorCal, and we all know how hype that would be. The intrastate matchup would be pretty exciting to see, I think. So maybe we'll get it. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out after this match, though, with the result of this match. We are going to go into our ban phase. Florida winning the roll. They will have the first ban, second pick, immediate hidden 2 ban coming out. So, you know what you are up against SoCal. Utami is the best player in this tournament, and I don't think that there are many who would really argue that. There is not a player who has the combination of skill sets that he does. So if you're Florida, you're definitely trying to stay away from the things that most favor Utami. And I think Area Hidden is a place to start. SoCal, though, are going to ban Fremod too. So the Ngo AR Hidden and the low AR small circle Fremod, both gone. So we don't get any low approach rate in this match. I guess you could kind of count DT4. It's AR7, which makes it AR9 with DT, and it's still pretty dense, but it's obviously AR9, not a low approach rate. And then we will see what Florida chooses as their second ban. They are typically a very well-rounded team, so not ones that have to worry about covering their own weaknesses. Just kind of picking away at maybe the opponent's strength, or maybe just the map that they don't feel quite as comfortable with for whatever reason. In this particular pool, if there's something they feel is maybe a little bit RNG, or if there's something that there's like a pattern that maybe they don't have a third player who's comfortable on, that sort of thing is what we're going to see more in these types of matchups. So, like we saw, the hidden 2, you know, it's kind of like, hey, Utami, no, wagging their finger at him. Problem is, the dude's so well-rounded, you can't really ban him out. He's going to be in for everything, you know, like, I think he played every map last week. He played all but one map in the week before. It's going to be double hidden ban from Florida, though. It's going to be hidden number 1, Sozetsu Gecko, as the second ban for Florida. No hidden 1, no hidden 2, which means we do still have Chonk available. We will probably see it. I believe it is at a 100% pick rate, or at least near enough so far. And last ban over to SoCal. Will it be a Camellia ban? Will it be a Chonk ban? Will we see Chonk ban? I don't expect to see Chonk ban, because I think that's a new Tommy map. And give your SoCal, you gotta probably follow the same strat you did last week, where you had Utami and Headstack just going off on a lot of maps, because it took them at their full potential to beat Ohio. And Florida, you know, arguably not as strong as Ohio. That's a toss-up, I think, but it's going to be Nomad 3 as the second and final ban from SoCal. So that's, I believe, what you said, the very lengthy alt pick gone from the Nomad pool. Thank you for banning that, because it's very long and I don't like to have to commentate it. So that's going to be Nomad 3 and Fremod 2 banned out for SoCal. Hiddens 1 and 2 banned out from Team Florida. We will go now into that first pick from SoCal. We'll find out how they want to start this one off. What skill set do they want to leap straight into in this map pool, which has a lot to offer. Quite a bit of tech. Obviously only one hidden left now. No low approach rate. A couple of somewhat speedy picks in the DT pool. You know, you've got the high BPM 10.3 consistency aim with some bursts. You've got Skyclad DT2, which is going to be kind of more of a raw speed, 251 BPM, lengthier bursts and streams in that one. Double Time 3 Resurrected Replayer has some finger control and stream elements to it at a lower BPM. You know, so if they do want to go into that sort of skill set. Also Nomads 2 and 5. And it is going to be the DT1 first pick from South California. So it's going to be Mlodakrev, first pick, Air 10.3, consistency DT. It's going to require some aim. It's going to require some speed. It's going to require that consistency over the course of the map as well. And my client never goes over the gameplay screen on the first map. Man, I wasted the transition. Feels bad. So we're going to start off with 264 BPM, AR 10.3 for 2.5 minutes. Some jumps, some bursts. We'll see who the teams bring in for this one. I have to figure, much like how we expect Utami and Headstack to play a lot of maps, we're probably going to see Digital Hypno and Exarch in for a lot of maps for Florida. SoCal speed includes probably Matthew and Spev on a lot of those picks. Still haven't quite nailed down what to expect Jazaron to play. He seems to be in a little bit less than some of their other members, so we'll see how that goes. Looks like we're going to see Fleslin in for this one. Florida. With this map being more of an aim consistency than just raw speed, it's understandable. Spev is mostly a speed player for that SoCal roster. It seems to be the traditional skill set he's in for the most. Looks like we're going to be just waiting on the third for Florida before we get started. It's going to be Exarch, unsurprisingly, and that should set things up for this first map. So the first pick from South California, Double Time, number 1. Going to start off with some DT consistency. Tommy, Matthew, and You're Cute going to end up being the third for SoCal. Digital Hypno, Fleslin, and Exarch in for Team Florida. one of these teams will go on to that winner's bracket final to meet Virginia next week. The other will drop to losers to face off against NorCal. So decent amount on the line here. You don't want to lose that lifeline you have of being in the winner's bracket. You know, give yourself that opportunity to have another loss if you suffer a little bit of life jacket, that double elim format. This first diff spike often says a lot about how people are going to do on the map. No breaks except for Fleslin, missing on the burst rather than on the aim. Somewhat characteristically, I suppose. You don't expect him to miss on aim. Bit of an advantage, thusly, to start off for SoCal. Into the next jump section, it's going to be Matthew, followed by Exarch and Fleslin as well. So Digital Hypno, the FC remaining for Florida. Utami and Yurq holding on for SoCal. Just a third into the map. Gonna be about a 50k lead for SoCal. I'm just not expecting Utami to bake, but he does. So that means it's 1 FC against 1. Digital Hypno matching up against Yurq, exceeding the accuracy, and Fleslin and Exarch with a bit of combo for themselves. Utami with another break. Florida should be able to bring this one back. They do have a bit of a combo lead now. Still half the map to go, though. Lots of time. A couple more of those difficult sections, some bursts and some aim still to come. Matthew finds another break, though. Florida holds on. Digital Hypno matching Yurq on the FC. Exarch and Fleslin, though, exceeding the combo of Utami and Matthew by a pretty notable margin. If they make it through the squares, and they do. All three Florida hold on. Matthew breaking once again, having trouble with the aim in this map. There goes Yurq. That's the last FC gone for SoCal. Digital Hypno holding means Florida should be able to take an early break point here to start off the match. Absolutely what they wanted to get this one going. Fleslin finds a slider break, but it will not matter because that combo discrepancy is so large in Florida's favor. They came ready to play here, did Team Florida. Digital Hypno with the FC. Well done to him. You just don't know what to expect from the guy anymore. It seems like he plays so few tournaments, but clearly still on his game. Man does not rust, and he comes out with all guns blazing, FCing map number 1 and giving Florida a break point to start off this match. You know, one aspect of this that I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. I'm watching Utami, who just had, I believe, 2 slider breaks on that map. Did not have the best of days yesterday. I believe lost in both OMS and to Bubbleman in YSC, and was notably very tilted in that YSC match. Now, I believe plenty of time to get the mental back intact, but with the tilt already maybe a little bit in the back of his head, if he finds some breaks at untimely moments in this match and they end up losing maybe a point or 2 off of them, something I would be watching out for is Utami's performance over the course of this match. We expect great things out of him. He has a lot of pressure on his shoulders as he is being heralded as this new tournament god, the best tournament player, you know, really actively playing in the United States right now. But is sometimes susceptible to a little bit of that mental breakdown. I think in this sort of matchup, in this situation, should be fine. I'm not personally incredibly worried, but I am saying that it is there as something to take into consideration. With that, we're going to go into the first pick from Florida. They're going to stay in the double time pool. They're going to say, we're going speed. Skyclad no Kansapusha is a 251 BPM, only minute and 38 second long map. But it has plenty of streams to go around. It is something that Digital Hypno and Almighty Door are in for. And a third to be named. Utami, of course, in for SoCal. Looks like Headstack will be joining, as well as Chazarone. And we will get Exarch speed for Florida. So these teams look ready to go. Very quick picks, very quick players in, very quick readies up. You love to see it from the teams. They know what they're picking. They know what their rosters are. They are set to play. They want to perform. One of these teams gets that winner's final berth. Florida starting off with a break point, staying in the double time pool for their first pick. They're going to get things started. We'll see how their first pick goes. Hopefully better for them than SoCal's first pick went for that team. Let's see how the Almighty Door and the X-Arc speed holds up. You know Tommy, again, is going to be the one expected to lead the way for SoCal, but Headstack and Chazaron should have a good go of things here as well. Couple of quick streams in this one. Digital Hypno is going to find the first break right at the beginning. Only about 60 combo in, not the end of the world. Into that long stream we go. Headstack falls off, loses a lot of accuracy. Digital Hypno breaks as well, but he does keep an accuracy lead by about 8% over Headstack, who finds another miss. So X-Arc and Door against Utami and Chazaron. Chazaron, the next to break, finds what I believe was a slider break on that repeat slider. Door and X-Arc, hold on. X-Arc does find a break. So it is now Door versus Utami. The lead ever so slightly in the favor of Florida, but not by much. And there goes Almighty Door. It is now Utami's turn. Let's see what he can do, because he is one player that is expected, as I said, to do well. But he finds a slider break. A miss aim on the slider, and that gives the advantage back to Florida. Digital Hypno at a 330 combo. X-Arc at just under 200. Oh, Chazaron did not break. I apologize. Thank you very much, Bancho. Really cool. So they do still have the lead on the side of SoCal. Headstack with a decent backing combo. Digital Hypno and X-Arc are poised to jump on any miss from SoCal, but for now that combo lead is intact by about 150. And there goes X-Arc. Looks like we are going to see 2 break points to start off this match. Another couple misses from Utami, but it's really not going to matter. Chazaron and Headstack both on good combo. Chazaron does break, but it's 200k. Not enough time left for Florida to accomplish anything of a comeback here. Oh, okay. Well, SoCal just fully into the ending and almost actually lost. Wow. Okay, it only ends up being 50,000 points. That got closer than expected. That got closer than expected. SoCal just did not play the ending, like, at all, and the attorney client lag caused that to be very interesting. But yeah, that got close. That was wait, I need to update my MP here. Yeah, that ended up being 40,000 points for SoCal. That was much closer than it looked like it was going to be. That combo density at the ending, if you find team-wide misses, can really hurt you, but Florida not quite able to take advantage. And so we tie 1-1 early on here. Both teams dropping their first pick. I'm going to Florida, or I'm going to South California, the second pick, tied up 1-1. DT1 did not work out for them, but DT2 did not work out for Florida, so curious to see how the teams will feel about the double time pool going forward. DT3 is more mechanically demanding than is double time 4, so you want to stay in that sort of tapping focus mindset. Maybe that's where you go. But you know, plenty of time to breach any of the other mod pools, whether no mod, hard rock, free mod, got stuff available. I really do think if you're SoCal, you probably pick stuff that is Utami and Headstack favored in most cases in this matchup. But you got to be concerned for where that overlaps with Digital Hypno and X-Arc, and they're just going to stay in the DT pool, so we're going to go 3 straight DT picks to open up the match. It's going to be double time number 3, Resurrected Replayer. This is the Dada DT pick. AR 9.67 as it is base AR of 8, 210 BPM. You got some burst, you got some finger control, you got some very easy to break on buzz sliders, quick reverses there. This is one that we have seen a pretty wide variety of results on. We've seen Chili Repair straight carrying it for Massachusetts in the previous match against Virginia. But we've seen some people getting 300-400k on this as well. It's definitely one that players may do well on and may do very poorly on. And once again, we go to Digital Hypno and Utami alone in the lobby as we wait for everybody else. Gonna see Spev coming in for SoCal. Almighty Door joining Digital Hypno on the Florida side. See who the third's gonna be for that team. I typically anticipate Exarch, but you never know. So then Florida for second pick has to go DT4. Like, regardless of what the score is, regardless of what they want to pick, it's just obligated at that point. This is where they miss Boggles. Where's Boggles when you need him? He was the Florida speed and DT like specialist who's just been on that team for years. Didn't play this year though. They added Almighty Door. Speak of the devil, and he appears. It's gonna be Fleslin as the third for Florida. Let's see how this one goes for him. I never know what to expect from Fleslin. I swear, his performance is just the ultimate RNG. In one map he'll FC, and the next map he'll just miss stuff. I don't know. Fleslin is an absolute enigma. But in we go. See if a team can win their pick for the first time here on map number 3, the ZTS DT pick. You'll probably see some decent combo established on this one through the first part, but it gets very tricky from there, and Fleslin is going to be the first one to break, so SoCal will take an early lead. We get some nice Bancho going on. Let's go, Bancho. Let's go, Bancho. Let's go, Bancho. Alright. So it's about 150 combo lead for SoCal here in the early goings. Plenty of map left, plenty of combo left, plenty of places to break left. Gotta watch out for those 1/6. Probably gonna see some act drops from players, but it's all about keeping the combo up. Almighty Door is gonna find a break, so Florida just down to Digital Hypno already. Meanwhile, Utami, Matthew, and Spev all still on the FCs for SoCal. There goes Matthew, the first to break. Still with a comfortable lead of about 200,000 points. Utami and Spev looking reasonable on this. Utami just under 98 act, best in the lobby behind Matthew, his teammate. Spev at 97, not bad for himself either. And Matthew and Almighty Door do miss on the last note of that pattern, much like we saw happen in the previous match. We've TJ and one other player broke on that same circle. Digital Hypno crucially still holding on to his FC for Florida. Fleslin with a pretty decent combo backing him up, so there is a chance for Florida. They need either Spev or Utami to break relatively soon, though. We're gonna get that last third of the map. Quite note dense, you can tell the score is only at 450k, so still a long way to go, a large amount of combo, but Fleslin needs to do everything he can, and Digital Hypno just needs to continue his full combo. See what Utami and Spev can do. We come into some very tricky parts of the map here, coming up just about now into the last quarter. It's gonna be Door with another break. Triples in the finger control really start showing up, and there are no signs of stopping for South California. Utami and Spev holding on. They even make it through the buzz slider. That's gonna do it. You hit that pattern and you win. Very impressive. We have not seen too many people hit that. Utami, Spev, and Digital Hypno all did it. Finally, Spev does lose out on his FC, so it's going to be Utami and Digital Hypno, the two bringing full combos into the ending. But a 400k lead for SoCal and not a lot of combo, just Digital Hypno on his FC for Florida. Very impressive double FC here from Utami and Digital Hypno. Oh, nope, just kidding. Utami finds a little bit of a choker right at the ending, so it'll be Digital Hypno, the only FC on the map. Wait, Utami, they had the same combo. That's funny. They had the same combo. Digital Hypno did not have any misses. I'm fairly sure his is an FC with missed slider ends. Utami would have had like a perfect or close to perfect combo without his miss. But SoCal does take the point. Very good backing score from Spev. Florida did not have the ability to match that, unfortunately. And so 2-1 goes the score. SoCal wins their second pick. All it took was 3 picks for somebody to win their own. That's not too bad. And now Florida, just, they have to pick DT4. It's required. Digital Hypno's being very strange in this lobby. Anybody else noticing like the stuff he's saying? Seems kind of weird. What will the pick be for the Floridians? Cappy is literally on their team, by the way. He is on their team. To anybody in chat who doesn't think Cappy is playing, he is on the team. He's just not in for DT because he's not a speed player. He's like non-fast. This is Cappy. Nomad 2. It's Cappy. It's Cappy time. Ladies and gentlemen, Nomad 2 has been picked by Florida. It's time for Cappy. He better be in for this, now that I've said that. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the capster himself. In for the first time this match on the Nomad 2, second pick for Florida. Florida Nomad 2 gang, Cappy Skill X-Dark. Gonna be Utami, Headstack, and Chizaron for SoCal. Yeah, once again, another Knowledge King. Nomad 2. He's the only Nomad 2 mapper in the world. 192 BPM, minute 58 seconds. Fairly aim heavy on this one. A lot of flow aim required. Some awkward rhythm changes as well. You'll see some 1/3 rhythms that might catch out a few players. They have previously in other matches. But we will see how everyone fares in this one. Spacing and those rhythm changes gonna be challenging for everyone in this. As Cappy, Skill X-Arc look to tie things up against Utami, Headstack, Chizaron. Some nice raw mechanics in here. I hope everyone's left hands are prepared. Alright, no breaks yet. Nobody caught out by the 1/3, but Headstack misses immediately going into the stream. So, advantage Florida. Already just about halfway through. X-Arc is going to find a break, but is matched by Chizaron. So down to just Utami. Meanwhile, Cappy and Skill just going off for Florida. And they will take a 150,000 point lead into the second half of the map. Utami doing what he can for SoCal to keep them alive in this one, but it's going to need another break from Florida, if not a couple, to try and scrape away any of that advantage. And there goes Chizaron, there goes Utami as well. No full combos and only Headstacks 360 for SoCal. Cappy Skill still on the double FC for Florida. You'll love to see it as they come into the last third with very solid scores, very solid accuracy, and a almost 600k lead to show for it. This one a very good pick from Florida, it would seem. Just coming into the ending. Will we see a full combo on this? I don't believe we have yet. Cappy will not be the one. Will it be Skill, perhaps? No, it will not. We will have no full combos. Unlucky. But job's done. 2 million plus for Florida. Very solid score team-wide. Exarch manages to make his way into the ending with a 600 combo, and they are going to win it by almost 800K. 2.1 to 1.2. And it ties up 2-piece. Both teams drop break points on the first pick. Both teams win their second picks. Goes back over. Pick number 3 for SoCal. And I think we're gonna kind of just have to start getting into the longer, more consistent maps. By virtue of having picked several of the shorter ones early on in this match, we got 2.5 minutes, 1:38, 2:44, 1:58. There are still No Mods 5 and 6 and Hard Rock 2. That's it though. Everything else that's left is like 3.5 to 4 minutes plus. So I'm gonna start to see some more consistency out of these players just by necessity with what's left available going forward. Both teams are looking to rush out to a quick start. Things are gonna slow down a little bit now though. Almost guaranteed. But SoCal going DT1, DT3. Not a lot left that's within that sort of skill set. Technically, they could go Nomad 5 if they wanted to. That's something that Utami will probably do quite well on, as per usual. Nomad 6 also possibly an option. Not that it's a speed map or anything, but Nomad 6 is something that you'd put these kind of genius, these very good rhythm players on. And it is indeed going to be Nomad 6. Let's go. This song is a jammer. You can't not like this song. It's so good. Feels seasickness. This week's Nomad 6. A tricky changing rhythm, slider heavy, variable speed, kind of the rhythms in this are super fun. And we're still going to be using our left hands. It does look like we are set here. Digital Noel, Mighty Door, and Fleslin for Florida. Utami, Matthew, and Headstack for SoCal. And there we are. Learn a lot about this map pretty quickly. Watch players' accuracy, watch their comfort level on the sliders. Tells you all you need to know. Matthew with the early break for SoCal. Possibly a little surprised to see him in for this, but I guess I don't know who would be any better. Headstack gonna be the next to break. It's gonna be matched by Fleslin. Digital Hypno and Almighty Door Holden against Utami. A little bit of a lead for Florida. It was not a break for Fleslin, excuse me. Thank you, Bancho. So still all 3 FCs for Florida. Just 283 combo in, though, in that intro. Not going to be a big deal yet. Fleslin finds, I believe, his first real miss with an aim mishap. Combo leads SoCal. Accuracy leads SoCal. Almighty Door breaks. Now it is just down Digital Hypno. Utami still in the FC. Matthew not far behind, nor is Headstack behind him. And Florida misses on the triangles on Digital Hypno and Fleslin, so looks like SoCal is going to have a very big lead here heading into the second half of the map. Headstack finds a break on a slider, but Matthew and Utami both hold. So it's not going to be a big deal. 400k lead for SoCal, and it's just going to continue growing. Utami is popping off as expected on basically any pick he's in for, and Matthew is doing quite well for himself also. Almighty Door with a bit of a comeback here later on, but just does not have the team support. And we are going to see a pretty sizable SoCal win on this one, looking like 500k or more. Let's see what Utami can do at the end. Really be able to close out the FC here. It's going to be an FC from Utami. 93% accuracy notwithstanding. It's a 600k win for SoCal. Very comfortable for them. 816k from Mr. Utami. Top score for Florida, 392k. That kind of tells you all you need to know about that map. S ranks from both Utami and Headstack as well. Matthew with a 603 combo, just shy of 500k. So, well done to SoCal. That pick was never in doubt. Pick goes back over to Florida. Still no real damage done. No breakpoint lead for either team. Just those traded breaks earlier. Back over to Florida. They picked the Nomad 2. They picked the DT 2. Where do they go from there, though, is the question. Something like a Nomad 5, DT 4, something different. Maybe we'll get a name pick for the first time. We really haven't seen much of that unless you count Double Time 1. You've got Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1, Free Mod 1, all pretty aim heavy. Hidden 3 gonna kind of sit tantalizingly in front of a few players, but maybe not all of them. Leaving it unpicked for now. It's gonna be Hard Rock 2 as the Florida pick, so we're gonna go with Moonheart, which is our CS 6.5 map in this pool. Precision aim is where we're headed now. Kind of a light tech, definitely some sliders, some bursts with fairly even spacing, a couple little gaps where you can miss, I guess, but for the most part, not all that bad in that regard. And everyone ready, but there's only two people, there are only two people in the lobby at that point. Okay, well, yeah, so CS 6.5 Hard Rock, bit of a change from CS4 rhythm pick, Nomad 6. It looks like we are set to go. Kind of expected Hard Rock roster for Florida Digital, no skill Fluslin over XR. That's probably fine. Utami, Headstack, and Matthew in on the side of South California. Seeking for that newly elusive breakpoint, 2 to start off, and then 4 picks in a row held convincingly by the team picking them. SoCal, some fairly good precision players. Utami and Headstack typically fairly solid in this, though Headstack does find the early break. Matthew, to me, was a little bit of the question mark in this, and does find the first break. I think, unless Fluslin maybe missed in like the first 10 combo. Florida has a double FC and one very near FC. We saw TJ basically single-handedly carrying this one for Massachusetts last match. Looking like it might end up being up to Utami to do it here for SoCal, as Headstack is repeatedly finding breaks in this first couple hundred combo. Florida doing quite well for themselves on this pick. Utami has the FC still, though, and Matthew not that far behind. Headstack, though, the struggles continue. Giving Florida a 140,000 point lead as we near the halfway mark. And there is the spinner that signifies halfway through the map is basically upon us. It's a 400,000 point lead for Florida. Excuse me, 200,000 point lead. I don't know, my brain just died. It's a 200,000 point lead for Florida. And there's another break from Matthew. He had been holding since his break at the very beginning of the map. Does find a miss heading into this slider section. Utami follows up. Skill for Florida, but Digital Hypno still in the FC. Fleslin just slightly behind. And now it really will be soon a 400k lead in a couple moments, as long as Digital Hypno and Fleslin keep going. And they do just that. And into the last quarter of the map we're going to go. Digital Hypno finally finds a break, but it's really not going to make a big difference. Fleslin is still holding on to a near FC combo, and Headstack at a 400 is a distant amount of combo behind him. Florida will continue this trend. It's going to be 4 straight points without a break point. Teams picking well into their skill sets. Headstack will get a decent recovery here. He's going to end up top scoring for the team after having a lot of trouble early on. You wonder what could have happened if he'd been able to, you know, FC or nearly FC the map, but at the end of the day, it's worth a 624k, but Florida will be moving forward with an 823k on Fleslin and a 717k on Digital Hypno. Quite good from both of them. Even skill 630k. Outscoring Matthew and Utami. And we get an instant pick here from SoCal. It is going to be time for Chunk. Coming up. Kind of figured that SoCal would go hidden eventually. There was only the one hidden available to them, obviously with Florida banning hidden 1 and 2. But SoCal, I think, was always going to pick Chunk eventually. And they have done so now. I think everybody knows what to expect with this one. It is moderate length. 3 minutes, 52 seconds. Actually, actually long. It feels shorter than 3 minutes, 52 seconds, I guess. But it is slider aim. Some consistency required. Some relatively difficult aim patterns, actually. The tapping in this, not the simplest in the world. But this is the sort of thing that I expected SoCal to pick, because Utami and Headstack will both do well on it, and You're Cute, their third player, it looks like, does well for himself on hidden stuff. Florida just Digital Hypno in the lobby for now. We'll see who ends up joining them. I would think maybe Exarch, maybe Door? Not really sure. Oh, Fleslin, right, he exists. Hidden slider aim player Fleslin, I suppose. And we're all set, so the GLHFs come out. Looking to continue this streak of held points. See what SoCal can do on this. Both teams have, you know, kind of their dynamic duos in. Utami, Headstack, Digital Hypno, Exarch. The, pardon the pun, X Factor that is Yercute and Fleslin on either side. We'll see how those guys do. We are loaded in and ready to go. I cannot decide if I feel like Utami's really playing up to par today. And that's a big help for Florida. If he kind of falters just a little bit, that can be very helpful. This is the sort of map that I expect him to really go off on, but Headstack and Yercute having some trouble early on. Exarch and Fleslin managed to almost establish a lead. Not quite, though. Fleslin was playing the combo game, and it has failed him. So Utami and Exarch, 2 FCs remaining. Headstack, once again, having a lot of trouble in the first stages of a map. We'll see if Florida can build up an advantage. You know, he made a good comeback in the second half of Hard Rock 2. Wasn't enough for their team, but it was enough for him to at least put up a respectable score. There's the break from Exarch, though. The FC gone. Utami still holding on to his. And Yercute and Headstack with pretty solid backing combo at this point. We reached the 1/3 mark. Just about a 30,000 point lead for SoCal, but it will continue to grow. We have the combo advantage across the board. A little bit of free combo. Florida will be able to build up and hope for some breaks from SoCal, but the lead continuing to grow here. You love leads into a free combo section. Feels very good for the team that has it, because you just get to take a free lead unless you really blunder. And about halfway through here. Lead is not huge, but it's just shy of 100K. Florida needs to hold for quite some time and hope for some help from South California. And that's not the sort of help. That's the opposite of help. That's Exarch breaking. Digital Hypno and Fleslin doing what they can. But Utami still on the FC. Yercute not all that far behind. And Headstack has recovered once again, much like the last map, to put forth a good effort for his team to establish a pretty sizable lead now. Just about 200,000 points again lead. This time it's for SoCal. We have seen, I believe, one full combo on this map so far with Airyu. Unless Fiery Rage, I think, may have choked an FC. He had the best combo on his team. Utami looking to put another FC up. Exarch having some trouble, unfortunately. Fleslin and Digital Hypno are doing quite well for themselves. Utami does finally find a break. There's a quarter of the map to go. Yercute finds a miss as well. If Headstack breaks here too, this could be very interesting. It's a big combo advantage to Florida. Headstack breaks as well. Wait a second. There is time left for this to get fascinating in the ending. It's only about 250,000 points. There is a decent amount of combo here, I believe, in this late part, and it's kind of free. I don't think there's enough time left, unfortunately, for Florida, but they're going to make this one very interesting if Fleslin and Digital Hypno can both hold through the ending. I think they might come up just ever so slightly short, but it's going to be very tight if they can both keep going. But Fleslin does try to break. Wait a minute, Digital Hypno still on a combo. It's going to be enough to send it on over. Digital Hypno with the 1,200 combo is going to take the lead for Florida. SoCal with all of the trouble in the ending, and they just gift this one to Florida. Digital Hypno with a huge score for his team, winning that one, sneaking it away, stealing victory from the claws of defeat. Our team, Florida, SoCal, wholly falling apart in the ending of that map. And now Florida 4-2 with a pick. Digital Hypno, man, Habib, what a play, 870K. That is remarkable. The guy just shows up in the clutch. I tell you what, top scores by 175,000 points. Gives his team a great opportunity here at 4-2. If they can win their own pick, they will be in a match point situation. He came up with the goods when it counted, the absolute most. And they're going to say, Florida is going to say, we like tech. And they're going to go from hidden tech into hard rock tech. And this is one of those maps that I think you can consider too difficult for this pool. This is going to be one of those skill cap picks. We'll see who can perform well on it. In the previous match where it was picked, which was New York versus New York's opponents, New York versus Carolina, the only person that could really play this effectively was Taquito. I don't feel like anybody else was all that consistent on it. So we'll see who it's going to be in this match. So the 4-3 lead. Everybody goes to take a look at the map and editor, maybe. It's a big one. This is a big one. Florida has the opportunity for a 5-3 lead. Which would force SoCal to try to stay alive via their own pick. Previous Hard Rock went well for Florida. Successful on Moonheart. Was on 823K, led the way. This map, though, is very difficult. You see, I think, probably some relatively low scores on it. But we'll see what Florida can do. This is so big for them, trying to take the match point advantage if they can win here. It will be 4-3, going to 5-3 after. Got a little bit of a slow intro, you kind of build your way into it, and then things really develop into chaos. And once again, eyes on some of those skill cap players. You'll see what Digital Hypno and Utami can do, the top performers on the last pick. Fleslin, Skill, Matthew headstack the teammates. Will look to contribute as best they can. We get already a quarter of the way through just on this intro, and then things start. Matthew instantly the first to break. Early enough that it is not going to be the end of the world, but it will give Florida just the smallest early advantage. Skill and headstacker in a trade. 2 FCs to 1 now for Florida. Digital Hypno Fleslin against Utami. This is all about combo game. You do not care at all about accuracy on this map. It just does not matter. Skill with another break. Headstack had just broken as well. Matthew recovering some combo, though, as we get a little bit of Bancho. Big difference, really, is Utami is at 94 AC, or was. Meanwhile, Digital Hypno and Fleslin were under 90, so SoCal managed to hold on to the lead a little longer than maybe expected, but it does go over to Florida now. Just shy of halfway through. And everywhere. It's second Matthew. It's a double reset for South California. Utami holding as best he can, but Digital Hypno Fleslin still in the FCs and Skill with a decent backing combo. That's going to be big for Florida. See if they can't take a lead here. Fleslin will break. That is one of those 2 FCs gone. A little bit of their cushion has evaporated. Matthew, though, breaks once again. And it is now Digital Hypno and Skill in the 2v2 on the board against Utami and Headstack. Digital Hypno a bit behind Utami, but not that much. Their accuracy has come a little bit closer. Skill leading Headstack in accuracy. They're in combo by about 150, but it's only 100k score separating the teams. There goes Fleslin. There goes Headstack, though. That is worse for SoCal. That was their bigger backing combo. Skill is 300 combo, nearly ahead of Matthew. As long as Digital Hypno continues to match Utami. There goes Matthew once again. It is down again to just Utami. He's doing everything he can to try to carry this team, but it is not helping that his teammates are continuously finding breaks. Meanwhile, Digital Hypno matching the FC has Skill backing him up with remarkable aplomb. You do not usually see Skill on these types of maps, but he is performing quite well here. Digital Hypno, maybe a break. We'll see. No, it was Bancho. I thought so, and I was correct that time. It is not a miss. And we go into this last section. There is a decent amount of time and a decent amount of score left, but it is a 270,000 point lead for Team Florida that I think is enough, because there's just not the combo on Matthew and Headstack. Utami theoretically can get about 900k to a million points. That accuracy is so low, it's going to be pretty low, and I don't think it's enough to bring this back, even if Digital Hypno and Skill were to just stop playing. So I believe this should be a Florida victory on this pick. Well, this is well done to them. Yeah, that accuracy is so low, I forgot. There's really not a lot of time for that combo at the ending, and Digital Hypno is going to hit it. Utami is going to hit it as well. My word, that's actually a double FC is what that is. Digital Hypno and Utami, both full combo. Man, you know, I forgot the score is only 778k when you FC with 89% A rank. I forgot that's what happens on that. And that is Florida, 5-3. Match points in their favor. They are on the verge of dropping SoCal to the losers bracket. Anybody see this coming in this match? Maybe. Maybe not. Hard to say. Florida did what they needed to do. They have now put themselves into a position to close this match out with one more point. SoCal have their backs against the proverbial wall. Their own last pick is up next. Hidden 3 felt like the card that they didn't want to play until late, and they played it, and they lost it. They do still have some options. You know, Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1 for kind of that aim consistency type of stuff. Nomad 4 for a little bit of a tech consistency. Nomad 5 for more of a speedy map. And then, of course, free mods 1 and 3 into the free mod pool if they want to go that route. They've got Headstack for Hard Rock, Utami for Hidden, and they are going to go into the free mod. It's going to be free mod number 3. Piglipala will be the pick. It will be the last map selected by SoCal. And please change it, thank you. that song, my ears. And so, well, this is it. Will this be the last selected map in the winner's bracket for SoCal, or will they win this and force Florida into a final pick of their own to try to avoid a tiebreaker? Curious to see what we get as mods. I'm assuming it's probably Utami Hidden. I think it's Utami Hidden, Headstack, Hard Rock, You're Cute, Nomad, but it could be You're Cute, Hidden, Utami, Nomad. Florida, it's going to depend on who their third player is. It's Fleslin. It could be Fleslin, Hard Rock, or XR Hard Rock, and then Digital Hypno Hidden. But we'll have to see. These are teams where it's not like an automatic assumption for what their mods are going to be on free mod picks. And this is a tricky type of map. 3 minutes, 28 seconds, accelerating BPM over the course of it. Some awkward linear patterns that we've seen plenty of people break on. We are going to go into it. We'll find out what the mods are. Here we go. It's going to be You're Cute, Hidden, Headstack, Hard Rock, which means presumably Utami Nomad. Digital Hypno Hidden, Fleslin, Hard Rock, X-Arc Nomad. Kind of see Hidden as a bit of a comfort mod for both Digital Hypno and You're Cute, so no real surprise there. But that's the question mark here. You're Cute. We'll see how things go for him. I think very solid on Hidden, so should expect solid performance. Fleslin, Hard Rock, you just never know. But we are expecting a fair amount of combo through the first half to 2/3 of the map. Things don't really get difficult enough where you'd expect to see players of this caliber breaking before then. That being said, we did get the early break from You're Cute. So Florida with a little tiny early lead, but it's so minimal. I don't know if we've seen an FC on this at all. Again, you know, I watch all the matches, so it can be hard to keep track of everything that happens, but that last third to quarter of this map is so easy to break on so many different patterns. Into the first key eye, we're gonna go. Florida clinging to the smallest lead, only about 60 combo, 70 combo. Everybody looking pretty good. Gotta think the nerves might start to play a factor here. Florida thinking, holy cow, you know, we finally get a chance at a match point here. Will we get to go to the winner's bracket final? Don't want to think about that at all, though. You just want to play and see what happens. Especially in a map like this where you've got to establish a big combo. Don't want those nerves to kick in to allow yourself to be affected too early. It's going to be Fleslin checking that combo. It's not looking like it's going to come back. I believe that was a slider break, but it's a break nonetheless, and that's going to be lead SoCal. No misses on their side. Just You're Cute with a very early break. But Headstack and Utami still in the FC to match Digital Hypno Exarch, and that is a large combo advantage for You're Cute over Fleslin. Florida is not going to have control over their destiny here. Digital Hypno and Exarch are going to do everything they can. But that's a break from Exarch. That's probably very likely to just decide the outcome now. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot that they can do unless SoCal full resets right now. Digital Hypno doing everything, but it's a double FC for Utami and Headstack, and You're Cute still in that large combo. This is, I think, going to be probably at or near the best team performance we've seen on this so far. Headstack does finally find a break, but it's a 300k lead. Unless You're Cute and Utami both break right now, it's over. Space Patterns making a fool out of Headstack, but Fleslin and Exarch just don't have the combo to try to take advantage of it. And You're Cute and Utami doing their thing. You're Cute does find a break. Yeah, there goes Digital Hypno. And Utami, of course, doing the Utami thing. So this is really SoCal just as a team coming through in the clutch, especially Utami, who's had some iffy moments in this match, but comes through with what's going to be nearly a 900k play on Free Mod 3 to keep them alive. And we are going to go to the final pick of the match. It will be Florida with that opportunity, with the match point. The only pick anyone will get on their own with a match point, and it will be Florida. Digital Hypno, just the slider break. I don't know. I mean, 876k. They still wouldn't have been able to win, even if he had FC'd. Fleslin's 474k, unfortunately, just not helping the case there. But they get their pick, and it's going to be another Hard Rock. I believe that's 3 straight Hard Rocks, in fact. This is going to be, yeah, Hard Rock 2, Hard Rock 3, and finally Hard Rock 1 for Florida as their last pick of this match. 5-4 in the lead. It's going to be Asymmetry Top Diff with Hard Rock. The consistency Hard Rock test here. Got plenty of aim. Got some streams and bursts. Got some slider aim. Again, another map that requires quite a bit of skill. Win condition unstable rate. Where is Corum? Where's Corum when you need him? Well, I did say that this was going to be a good match. And now we have the opportunity to see another tiebreaker. But Florida wanting to avoid that fate. Because this tiebreaker feels like, I think, a toss-up for a lot of these teams. This is going to be Digital Hypno Skill Fleslin. Interesting to see Florida last picking a map that does not involve Exarch in their roster, who has been playing fairly well, I think, this match. It's Headstack, Matthew, Tommy, which is really just the core three. So, not much to worry about if you're Headstack or Tommy. But Matthew has been a little bit of a question mark on that team for some of these picks, so we'll see how he does. Headstack known for this kind of performance, this kind of skill set, excuse me, in terms of his performance. And Tommy just doing well and everything. The build up, the gradual increase in difficulty as we head toward the first Ki. Big back and forth jumps, no breaks. Into the first chorus. That Ki time shows up. Everyone holding for now. It's a map that I think you expect a lot of players to do very, very well on. This is a fairly standard map. It's going to be Fleslin with the first break. This is on that little stream in the Ki. Will it be a break from SoCal? And not yet, they say. They're out of the first Ki with the triple FC still intact. Digital Hypno Skill holding things down for Florida. But where will be that break that Florida needs on the SoCal side? It's going to be Headstack. The highest accuracy as well. No. Going to stay very close. Digital Hypno Skill still on the FCs to match Utami and Matthew. Fleslin now has the combo advantage over Headstack. The accuracy in favor of SoCal by a bit, but combo at the end of the day is our Lord and Savior. Florida do have that. Just about halfway through, we're going to head into the second Ki. Next set of big jumps going in. Up and down this time instead of back and forth, and everybody breaks it through. And through the stream. So into the next Ki we go with a lot of combo all over the place. 2 FCs per team. Backing combo advantage for Florida. Backing accuracy advantage for SoCal. This map just continues at this difficulty for quite some time. You go through this Ki into the bridge. It doesn't get any easier. Not much of a break or anything. Score lead still staying on the side of SoCal thanks to the accuracy lead. But it'll eventually be shored up. A 200 combo lead for Fleslin over Headstack. Tommy and Matthew still holding the double FC. Likewise, our Digital Hypno and Skill. The shakes from Matthew coming out, but he manages to make it through. The score gap is going to go over to Florida in this slow section, I believe, on these sliders. But the pressure is mounting more and more. 1,300 plus combo on the FCs. Will we find breaks on any of them? Back and forth slider jumps. Everybody makes it through. And into the last Ki, we're going to go with the score nearly dead. Even Digital Hypno is going to be the one to break. The rock for Florida, their anchor player this entire match, is going to be their first one to break, but Matthew follows it up. 1 FC immediately gone from both teams. It is Utami versus Skill. It is Fleslin versus Headstack. There goes Matthew once again. The score goes back over. No, it stays. It's going to be Utami breaking, Fleslin breaking as well. Headstack versus Skill. Skill has the FC. Skill is one of the foremost hard rock consistency players in the game, and he is going to be trying everything he can to bring home an FC and to bring this match home for Florida. Does he have what it takes in the ending? Headstack is hot on his tail, but it is about a 40,000 point lead for Florida. If Skill can just keep this combo intact, Florida will take the point. Florida will take the match. Utami finds a late break again. Headstack still on that combo, but Matthew breaks as well. We're coming down to the wire here, and Skill is not letting go. Skill does not give in an inch, and Skill will be the one to put the exclamation mark on this match. The full combo, the 90,000, 100,000 point win. Florida takes it 6-4. On the back of that play, they are your second team in that winner's bracket finals. What a match. Skill misses, I want to say maybe the last note. The last one or two. Doesn't matter. I'm going to call it. It's close enough. And Florida does it. SoCal is dropped to the loser's bracket, and we get Virginia versus Florida. Winner's bracket final. 1 seed versus 2 seed. Skill, man. What a play there when he absolutely needed it most. Incredible stuff. 1.075. It's a 98,000 point victory. Hard Rock 1 was the right way to go for Florida there. Really remarkable. That was so clutch from them. And so clutch from Skill, considering Fleslin down at 573K, whereas no one from SoCal was under 700K. But Skill with the FC, or the basically FC, that was what it took. That was what they needed, and they got it out of him. So congratulations to Team Florida on a remarkable performance. And they can go onward into the winners final next week.